माताजी, मम नाम हलाधर दास, हम श्रीमद नगरे वसामी। Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. My humble obeisance to all devotees on the phone call. Hare Krishna.
हलाधर प्रभु दंडवत प्रणाम। Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining. Anybody else would like to announce their name?
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, मम नाम विकास कुलकर्णी, हम टोरंटो नगरी वसामी। गुरु महाराज की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। My humble obeisances to all the devotees on the phone call.
Hare Krishna, Vikas Prabhu, Dandvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and welcome to the call. Okay, Hare Krishna, I see More Singh Prabhu. So More Singh Prabhu, Dandvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining from Dallas. So Nikunjas Prabhu, can you please start recording? Today Harshita and Sumati Mataji are traveling, so they couldn't join. So
Hare Krishna Mataji, Mursing Yadav from Dallas.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhanavad. Nice to hear your voice. So I welcome all the devotees again. And today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Vikas Prabhu from Canada. And Prabhuji will enlighten us on yesterday we have celebrated Hanuman Jayanti. So it's a very special topic, Rama Bhakta Hanuman. So Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please take over the call now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. First of all, I wanted to thank everybody for the ecstatic chanting. It was so nice and so blissful to hear your voice. So just wanted to acknowledge, and I'm happy to be in the service of all these Vaishnavas here. It is my fortune, and I thank you for that. Hare Krishna. The other thing is, Mataji asked me to speak about Ram Bhakt Hanuman yesterday. I seek Lord Rama's blessings. I seek the blessings of Hanumanji himself. And I also seek your blessings to speak about Hanumanji a little bit. I am not at all prepared, nor am I qualified to speak about Hanumanji. But as a service, since I have been asked, I'll say a little bit. But I hope to have interactive conversation. We all know about Hanumanji, and we want, we all should have the opportunity to glorify Hanumanji. So feel free to speak and provide your insights and what you know that is unique about Hanumanji. So we'll have some time devoted for that. But before we begin, let's start with Mangalacharan prayers. So in the absence of Sumati Mataji, maybe Haladhar Das Prabhu, if you want to recite the Mangalacharan prayers for all of us.
Dhanyavad Prabhu. Yes, I'll do that. Mangalacharan. Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksurunmilitam Vena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagan Raghunathan Vintam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Lalita Shri Visakanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kupa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Everybody please join. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirahe. Nastapráyeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki. Hare Nama Hare Nama Hare Nameva Kevalam Alo Nasteva 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 Gatiranyata. Hare Nama Hare Nama Hare Nameva Kevalam Kalo Nasteva 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 Gatiranyata. Hare Krishna Mataji, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Hare Krishna. So, so many thoughts come to all our minds when we think about Hanumanji. What can be said about Hanumanji, who is the best of, Samarpit devotees of Lord Ram? So, as I was reflecting on it, one of the thoughts and themes that occurred to me is, if we look at the entire Ramayana, there are two sort of characters that completely contrast each other. There is Ravan, who's basically abducting Sita for, in some sense, for his own enjoyment. He's taking Sita away from Lord Ram and wanting to enjoy Sita Mataji's opulence for himself. And then there is Hanumanji and the rest of the Vanar Sena, who are helping Lord Ram to be united with Sita. How is this relevant to us as sadhakas? So if we think about it, this whole world is the opulence of the Lord. In chapters 9, 10, 11 of Bhagavad Gita, the Lord has repeatedly said that everything in this universe that has any opulence is just a fractional portion of his potential. All the powers, everything that is beautiful, everything that is energetic, everything that has any grace, uh, in any sort, if it is magnanimous, it is all coming from him. It is an unshocking. He is, and he can be seen or realized through that aspect of creation. So the whole creation is him. He is the, seed-giving father, and he's also the yoni, the mother within which this universe rests. Being the supporter of Brahma itself, this entire universe is held by him. And he's created this universe for our benefit because at some point of time immemorial, we wanted to enjoy in this world. In that sense, there is a little bit of Ravana in all of us because we are here to enjoy. Whereas the power, which is Mother Sita, the opulence, which is Mother Sita, belongs to the Lord. It is His. And instead of
trying to, at least, even if we want to enjoy, then we may want to enjoy it as if we are the children of the Lord and Mother, but we want to be the proprietor of the same mother. Now, in this analogy, you can see how horrible that kind of thought is and that propensity is. We all have this kind of propensity in us when we go through this material life. And we need to become like Lord Hanuman, who was single pointed, very focused in his devotion, very focused in his objective to unite Mother Sita with Lord Ram. So that was one key thing that stuck out to me as to how the whole uh, story about Lord Hanuman, how his leelas can be relevant to our journey as sadhakas and progress in our life in bhakti. So we'll speak of some leelas from Hanumanji's life. We'll speak of some of his glories. We'll also speak a little bit about the 9 types of bhakti and where Hanumanji comes in, either with you think of it from Srimad Bhagvatam perspective or from Ramayana perspective. Maybe a little reference to a dialogue that happens between Narad Muni and Hanumanji, and I have taken that dialogue from Brihad Bhagavatamritam, so it is relevant in that sense. The conversation is very meaningful. And then some lessons from Hanumanji uh, as to what he faces on his way to Lanka and how that is relevant to us as sadhakas, and how it is supportive of, or what we can take to increase our sadhana bhakti. And we'll end with a little bit of a pastime that happens between Lord Ram and Hanuman. So with that, we'll begin with the key leelas that happen in Hanumanji's life. I think just listening to the names, I'm 100% sure all of us know about all of this. So forgive me for some repetition, but we are here to glorify. So we will speak of the childhood pleasure. So, how Hanumanji was able to provide in one of the Shiv Leelas to Lord Ram during the childhood. Then Hanumanji's role in bringing about the friendship between Lord Ram and Sugriv. Hanumanji's role in the search for Sita. Hanumanji's role as the Ramdut to Ravan, the burning of Lanka, his role in bringing Sanjeevani to Lord Lakshman when he was lying unconscious, his role in uh, removing the Nagpash that Ravan had put on Lord Ram and Lakshman, and his role in defeating and destroying Mahirava. One of the other things that we can cover in the childhood pastimes is his pastime itself of devouring or wanting to devour Lord, the sun god, because he thought that it is a ripe fruit and he wanted to have it. So all of these pastimes are there. Perhaps, since this is a discussion and it is not like a discourse, I'm not qualified for that. So maybe each devotee can speak for one of these leelas. If
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, I think Prabhu dropped off. So I can call him.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam, we can hear you. Can you please continue meanwhile?
No, we can't hear Vikas Prabhu. So
Not Vikas Prabhu. Someone wanted to share their opinion on Lord
okay.
Bhagwan. So we can continue until Prabhuji joins.
Yeah. Please continue and I will call Vikas Prabhu.
Sure. Aladar Prabhuji, do you want to share your...
Yeah, Hare Krishna. This is Vinod Maheshwari.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Danvat Pranam.
As we know, there's so many stories about Hanumanji. But when we are in this path, bhakti path, I think he's a king of bhakti. And I think if we want to take some bhakti, I think we should take one of the very highest source. And there's so many stories, I don't want to take too much time. But one bhakti is like whenever when everybody went to Ayodhya after, after finishing exile 14 years, और then वो भगवान ने बोला सबको अपने अपने घर जाओ, तो हनुमान जी को सबसे ज्यादा दुख हुआ उसमें और सबको गिफ्ट दी उन्होंने। तो सीता जी को नेकलेस दिया और सीता जी ने नेकलेस दिया, तो उन्होंने नेकलेस पर्ल का था, हाईएस्ट, उसमें मोस्ट एक्सपेंसिव ही होगा, तो उसमें से उन्होंने तोड़ के सब ढूंढा कि इसमें भगवान राम कहाँ है, तो उनके लिए कुछ और कोई वैल्यूएबल नहीं था भगवान राम के लिए। तो उस टाइप की सर्विस करने से उन्होंने जो अल्टीमेट गोल था उनका कि हर समय भगवान राम के साथ रहना, तो शायद हमारे और कोई एग्जाम्पल ऐसे नहीं है जहाँ भक्त को भगवान से ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंस मिली हो। फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमने देखा कि जहाँ भी भगवान राम के मंदिर होंगे हनुमान जी जरूर होंगे, और कई बार तो ऐसा भी होता है कि हनुमान जी का अकेले मंदिर होता है, तो भक्त इज मोर। सो आई थिंक दैट्स वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट कि अगर इसी भक्ति में रहना है तो दैट्स अ वेरी गुड रोल मॉडल के भी इतना, और उन्होंने अपना सीना फाड़ करके उसमें भगवान दिखाए थे। हरे कृष्ण।
What had happened, because I could hear everybody. I heard Prabhuji said, Hare Krishna twice or thrice. I was trying to respond, but seems like you could not hear me. Sika Mataji saying that because Kulkarni Prabhu has dropped off. So I don't know, maybe there was a little bit of disconnect. My apologies for that disturbance. But I did hear what you said, Prabhu. Thank you so much for speaking of that Leela of Hanumanji. Anybody else who wants to speak about any of the other Leelas that come?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, may I add to this Vinod Maheshwari Prabhuji? I think what I think that is a main lesson is that you never question Prabhu and all. Whatever your master says, listen to and go ahead with that one. No question and all. He will take care of himself. So that is the quality of truly looking like Hanumanji. He has never questioned Lord Rama. Whatever has been told him, he has gone ahead with that one. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhu. So we will just maybe glorify Hanumanji by repeating some of his glories. So one of his first of all his birth. So his birth is blessed by uh, Lord Shiva. He's the 11th avatar of Lord Shiva in his Rudra form, and you know, in his or during his birth, Lord Vayu is supposed to have supported, and also therefore he is also known to be Pavanputra. One of the things that you get from scripture is the uh, the yajna that was performed for obtaining the progeny by Dashrath Maharaj, the Putra Kameshti Yajna. The offering that comes out, that is given to the queens of Dashrath Maharaj, it's a she vulture basically picks a little bit of that offering from Mother Kaikeyi's portion, and she is flying. And in at this time, Lord Vayu, who creates a storm, gets that offering opened up from the beak of that vulture, and it falls into the palms of Mother Anjana, who's praying and meditating on Lord Shiva at that time. And then, because Lord Shiva had already mentioned to her in a realization that she would be blessed to have a child when she consumes that prasadam, she is able to conceive, and then Hanumanji's birth happens. So Hanumanji, just because he is, blessed by Lord Shiva, he is blessed by Vayu. He has tremendous potencies, even as he is born. And then one of the things he does is he leaps towards the sun god, seeing the sun god through the leaves of a tree, thinking of it as a fruit. And then as he goes towards sun god realizes that it is Hanuman. Vayu basically helps Hanuman by creating a protective layer around Hanuman, and sun god himself starts to reduce his heat around Hanuman and help him come towards him. But as Hanuman is going towards sun god, Rahu, who's supposed to devour sun god because it is Grahan time at that time, uh, he looks at Hanuman and he sort of runs towards the sun god, and Hanumanji fights with him, uh, holds him in his palms, crumples him, and throws him away. So he goes and complains to the lord of the demigod, so Indra, and then Indra basically comes. There is a bit of fight that happens, and Indra uses his thunderbolt. Now Hanumanji, he he is able to withstand the power of thunderbolt, but he respects that thunderbolt, and then he falls down to the ground. At that time, Vayu, who's the protector of Hanuman, he basically stills the entire universe, and there is no movement of air. Basically, all demigods come. They then start to, placate Vayu, and they placate Vayu by offering individual boons to Hanuman. So additional powers are bestowed on Hanuman by all of the demigods, including Brahmaji. And then Hanumanji is even more powerful after this Leela of his. And what happens is with this Leela, he's basically going around and creating mischief. I mean, he's in the form of Vanara, and that is the natural propensity, and he's unbridled in that sense. So he's a prankster, and that creates disturbance for rishis. I'll come back to this a little bit, but one of the leelas that also happens is it in another story. So there are so many versions, and they may not align in a symmetrical manner in a calendar type, a single timeline sort of manner. But one of the leelas is that Shivji, who's very anxious and who's always excited to see Lord Ram, takes Hanuman with him as in the form of a monkey charmer or a Madari, and he's basically uh, trying to please Ram and seeing the happiness and the laughter coming from Lord Ram and his brothers. Lord Shiva is internally ecstatic, and Hanumanji starts to get association of Lord Ram from that point onwards. And Hanumanji himself feels that ecstasy. Coming back to the one and the rishis and the ashrams in the one, because Hanumanji is a innocent child with a tremendous power, uh, the rishis then decide that to curtail this power of Hanumanji, we need to give him a curse, which is basically that he will forget all his power, and only when somebody reminds him of his power will he remember it. So now we see suddenly in Ramayana that Hanumanji from that point onwards does not show any supreme power of his, although he has it. And there is a lesson here for all of us. With tremendous power, tremendous energy, tremendous potency comes equal amount of responsibility. As we said, power belongs to the Lord, and power needs to be used in support of the Lord and not for any frivolous purposes. Through this Leela, we can see that Hanumanji, who's such a magnanimous bhakta of the Lord, he is humbling himself and he's showing to us through this Leela as to how power should be used for the Lord. And we will, maybe I'll fast forward to when he is reminded. So at the time of when the party of Angad, who's at the southern bank of India and are looking at the ocean in front of them, and they are told by Sampati, brother of Jatayu, that he had seen Ravana carry Sita to Lanka, and Lanka lies across that ocean. So they are now deciding how to cross the ocean. And at that time, while everybody is deliberating, Jambavan, uh, who is the king of bears, he reminds Hanuman of all the power and potency he has. Now, the lesson here is similar to the awakening of the power and potency that Hanuman had. We all have, because we are parts and parcels of the Lord, we also have that tremendous potentiality in us. Now, Hanumanji was convinced because he is Buddhimattam Shrestha. He has tremendous intelligence also. Our intelligence is fallible. So even though when we are told that we are a part and parcel of the Lord, it does not stay with us every day. We keep forgetting. We then get into our bhakti. We are reminded of it. We go back into Maya and we forget it. And we keep on going through this circle. But the point is, this potency of ours can be reignited. It can be made into a blazing fire by the mercy of another devotee. A devotee can help us regain that glory of ours as the part and parcel of the Lord, as a bhakta of the Lord, as somebody who's not meant to enjoy but meant to support the Lord in his enjoyment. And when the Lord enjoys, we also enjoy. Prabhupada has given lots of examples and analogies here. The analogy that he speaks of is like the finger cannot enjoy independently. The finger has to support as part of the hand to get the food to the stomach. Hare Krishna. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure, and I am now worried whether my internet somehow loses or not. So when I hear somebody talking, I thought maybe I have, my connection was lost. So coming back to the story, we it is the uh, Bhakta's mercy with which we can connect back to the Lord and realize our potency. So it is again so. I'm so grateful, and we all should be so grateful for the devotees association that we have through this call, and to ISKCON, because it is providing the platform for all of us to get together and to speak of the Lord, to speak of His devotees, to speak of Bhakti, to discuss our questions and answers, discuss our problems in Bhakti, and find solutions jointly when we think about these things. So we spoke a little bit about the Leela to, go for sun god. We spoke about the Leela to please Lord Ram during his childhood pastimes. We also know that when Lord Ram was basically asked to go to the forest for 14 years, and uh, Ravana has, on the instigation of Shunpankha, he kidnaps Mother Sita. So this is the propensity of the non-devotees. They will try to take, the glories away from the Lord. They will try to deny the existence of the Lord. They will try to take His property and enjoy that property for themselves. So this is what we see in the universe and in this world, in this material world. Uh, and then you will also see that uh, the people with sattvic guna, etc., are trying to counter that. And this is the Vanar Sena that is there to support the Lord, reunite with Mother Sita. And Hanumanji plays a significant role here. We know that Sugriv Maharaj is on, I think, Malai Parvat, uh, which is the only place where Bali cannot come. Bali cannot come, and Bali, because he's been cursed. So Sugriv has taken refuge. And then, as Lord Ram and Lakshmana, in search of Sita, are walking through, uh, he thinks that they are the spies or agents of Bali. So Sugriva, out of fear, then asks Hanuman to go and validate. Hanumanji actually is the one who says, no, they don't look to have any bearings of cruelty on them. They cannot be the agents of Kali. So he sends Hanuman to ensure completely before making any conclusions. And then Hanumanji goes. He is looking at Lord Ram, and he starts with the feet, and then he looks up to the lords, and then he inquires as to who they are and what they are doing in the forest. Long story short, he is able to bring the Lord uh, close to Sugriva, uh, create that pact between Sugriva and Lord Ram, so that the Vanar Sena can be helpful in the search of Mother Sita. Then we speak about his search for Mother Sita itself, when um, on the banks of the ocean, he's been advised by Jambavan of his powers, and he is now taking the leap to cross the ocean. So again, the analogy that Acharyas give is bhakti is like Mother Sita in Lanka, that is way away from us, and we have to cross that ocean to attain that prema bhakti or raga bhakti, because at this time we have a whole lot of sadhana bhakti. We are just regulating, and we are struggling with those regulations of sadhana bhakti. I was going to speak of the uh, 3 or 4 obstacles that come into the path of Hanuman as he's jumping through uh, right over the ocean. But maybe I'll do it now. I wanted to do it a little later. it is relevant because it is relevant to us as devotees in our own journey. So devotees would recall, those who from Ramayana, that there are four obstacles that come up in the flight of Hanumanji as he is crossing the ocean. The first one is Mainaka Mountain. Mainaka Mountain is a mountain submerged in the ocean that had the ability to fly. And when he sees that Hanumanji is crossing him, on the advice of the ocean, the presiding deity of ocean, Sagar, he comes up and he asks Hanumanji to take a breather. He says, here on my mountain, you can take a little bit of rest. You can jump again and cross over the ocean, but have some fruit, take a little bit of rest, enjoy the cooling breeze, etc. Sagar Maharaj is in the, the Sagara, or the, presiding deity of the ocean, was held by Sagar Maharaj, who is an ancestor of Lord Ram. Sagar Maharaj, when he was looking for his ancestors, he had, he looked all over the world. And one of the things he did was he broadened the oceans in his search for his ancestors. And that is what gave room to the oceans. So he is thankful to Sagar Maharaj, and now he knows Hanumanji is going and crossing over to Lanka to help Lord Ram. So now he sees an opportunity to express his gratitude for the benefit he had received from the ancestors of Lord Ram. And Mainaka was helped because Indra at one point to, on some, and these are long interconnected stories, but Indra had taken his thunderbolt to clip the wings of the mountains that had the ability to fly and move. So Vayu had helped Mainaka mountain to take refuge in the ocean. So Mainaka mountain is also grateful because Hanuman is now the son of Vayu. He knows that, so he wants to help. The relevance here for us as sadhana bhakti or sadhakas is that in our bhakti, we will suddenly come across some good, some luxury, some opulence, some benefit, some situation that is because of our sukriti in the past, because of perhaps a sukriti of our ancestors in the past. So what do we do? So, and what do we learn from Hanumanji? Now Hanumanji is on a quest. He has one single-minded determination that he has to cross the ocean and find Mother Sita as soon as possible and take that message back to Lord Ram as soon as possible. So even this momentary request to enjoy a little bit of snacks and the cooling breeze is a distraction from the goal that Hanumanji has put in front of himself. Now, the request is nothing wrong. It is dharmic. They are actually doing their dharma, Mainaka and Sagara, because they are giving back a benefit they have received. They are expressing their gratitude. So what should Hanuman do? He cannot say no to that, and he cannot even divert himself from his attention. So what Hanumanji does is he basically acknowledges but without indulging. So he acknowledges them, he thanks them, and he moves on. Now, the reflection as to how this applies to us. So when in our life situation, we get some benefit, some opportunity, that should not distract us from our sadhana bhakti. We should be single pointed. We have to attain the bhakti of the Lord. Anything that takes us away from that mentality is a distraction. So even if it is a good thing that is happening in our life, we should acknowledge it without indulging in it. Now, maybe going a little bit more deeper into this realization, many times when we say this, because even when I heard it, the first thought we have is, oh, it's almost like, some new thing has to happen, some new event has to happen. So maybe it is a lottery, maybe it's a new job, maybe it's a promotion, and I can see that as a new benediction that has come my way, and it should not distract. But what we don't see and we should see is the very position we have in life today. All of us, because, and generally I'm assuming, unless there are unknown circumstances, we are of good health, we have good facilities, we are in a position and in stature of life where perhaps we are better off than 98% of the world. So we are all blessed, and all of that blessing is because of our past sukriti, and all of that blessing is because of the sukriti of our parents and our ancestors. So similar to how Hanumanji acknowledged the benefits of the past sukritis but did not indulge in it, do we now think that all the position we have as of today, not something new, even as of today, whatever I have, I should stop? So I can acknowledge that I am here, but I should stop indulging in it. So it is not something new that when that happens, I will not indulge in it. We should stop indulging in things right now in whatever position we have. So that is one key lesson we get out of how Hanumanji is facing, in some sense, a positive obstacle that is presented by Mainaka Mountain in his quest and in his jump towards Lanka. As he goes further, he then comes across, I think it is Simhika. So Simhika is one minute. He meets Surasa. Surasa is the mother of Nagas. She is lying within the ocean, and she's been given a boon that anyone who comes near her, she can swallow it. So as Hanumanji is now flying past Mainaka mountain, Surasa suddenly comes up in front of Hanumanji and says that, hey, I have been given this boon by Lord Brahma. I want to swallow you and I'll eat you. I'm supposed to eat you. So at that time, Hanumanji plays this pastime. He increases the size of his body. Surasa also increases the size of her mouth. And that competition is happening. Suddenly, Hanumanji, instead of growing, puts himself into a tiniest form, goes through her mouth, and comes out of her ear. Now, what does this pastime tell us? It tells us Surasa means the pleasant or pleasurable rasas that are in this life. They will pop up suddenly. They will try to devour us. Now, Mainaka was in the mode of goodness. Surasa is somebody who say in the mode of passion. How should we counteract the things that come in our way that are in the mode of passion? So here it is without confrontation. So Hanumanji doesn't waste time, does not negotiate, does not do anything. He basically enters her mouth and comes out from the ear. So he has honored the boon of Brahma to Surasa. He does not blame her, he does not fight with her. He simply accepts through humility the situation and gets across that situation saying, okay, now you eaten me, now I'm going. And Surasa cannot do anything to Hanumanji. Similarly, when we face these situations, we should face the mode of passion and people around us who have the mode of passion with humility. We don't have to confront with them. Now, as Hanumanji goes further, he now faces Simhika. She has the power to capture shadows. So, dwelling right at the bottom of the ocean, in the depths of the ocean, she is able to capture Hanumanji's shadow. And Hanumanji is forced to come down at that time. So he's flying up high, he's forced to come down. And again, she tries to devour Hanumanji. Hanumanji at this time, he previously he became like a small, a tiny bodied Hanumanji and goes through the mouth and comes off the ear. This time, he enters the mouth, but he cuts her open from the mouth to her internal organs, everything, and destroys her. This is how we need to understand how to react and respond to mode of ignorance. So, what this Leela tells us is, in mode of ignorance, or people in the mode of ignorance will not come from the front. They may come from behind. They may come unknowing to us. They may attack us when we are not prepared, like the shadow of Hanumanji that was captured. And how should we respond to them? We need to just destroy it, move ahead by destroying them. So that's the way to deal with the mode of passion. Hanumanji destroys it. There is no engagement with it, no negotiation with it, no remorse also with how forcefully and fiercely he goes past that mode of ignorance. And the last one is Lankini. Lankini is the uh, protectress of, the Rakshaka of Lanka. So as Hanumanji comes in front of her, he says, I am Lankini. I have the power to uh, protect Lanka. I'm here to protect Lanka. Lanka is my accountability. And I'm going to do this as my duty. So beware, Hanuman, I'm here to stop you. And Lankini is somebody who is, so Hanumanji of course fights her and defeats her. And then she is reminded of, you know, what do you call it? Bhavishyavani, that once when a monkey comes and monkey is able to, defeat you, then know it that the Rakshasas in Lanka are coming to their end. The kingdom of Rakshasas will be destroyed. So the point here is Lankini is our false ego. That I, mine, and I am the doer. I can do this. These three tendencies are that last battle that we all have to fight. We have to get past that thinking of I as the body. We have to get past the thinking that this is mine, and we have to get past the thinking that I can do, because everything is enabled by the Lord. So once we cross these four hurdles of goodness, passion, and ignorance, and get past the false ego of I, me, mine, and that doership, then we are able to actually reach into Lanka and obtain the uh, closeness to Mother Sita, Bhakti, the opulence of the Lord that we can, benefit from. So these are some of the key things as sadhakas we should remember and obtain from the uh, pastimes of Lord Hanuman. I will go back to speaking of some other pastimes of Hanumanji. So it was more around when Hanumanji basically keeps looking for Mother Sita. He finds Mother Sita in Ashok Vatika. he is able to convince her by showing the ring of Lord Ram that he is a messenger of Lord Ram. This is where the humility of Lord Hanuman is. He has, throughout, when he introduces himself, he doesn't say, I am Hanuman, I am the conqueror of this, or I am the conqueror of that, or I am the son of this or that. He is actually his only identity he has in his own mind is that he is the servant of Lord Ram. So, as Prabhuji was saying, that is the only thing that sustains Hanumanji, and that is so glorious. Do we all know that we are parts and parcels of the Lord, but do we remain in that thinking all the time? So that is another thing that we can learn from Hanumanji's meeting with Sita and how he introduces himself to Mother Sita as well as even to Lord Ram. To Lord Ravana, to Ravana. And basically in the assembly of Ravana, then he is able to, he first chastises Ravana. Ravana is very angry with him because he's also destroyed the Ashok Vatika. So he says, kill this monkey. Vibhishana steps in and says, the messenger cannot be killed. So then they decide to put fire to Hanumanji's tail. And we all know how Hanumanji basically went through Lanka and uh, basically destroyed Lanka. Again, a little bit of learning for us here is, even in adversity, if we are focused on our goal and we are focused on what we want to achieve, that is, we are focused on our sadhana bhakti, that same adversity which is meant to destroy us, we all perhaps have experience in life that with his mercy, we are able to come out of it. Hanuman is able to fly through Lanka, burn half of Lanka, but come out of it scratch free. So this is what we can get out of this pastime, that in the utmost of adversity, where it might even be life threatening, if we remain focused, there is only good at the end of it. We know of Sanjeevani Bhuti, so I'm just going to fast forward. So when Lakshmanji is lying unconscious, uh, because Meghnad or Indrajit has hurled his arrow, so he is sent to get the Sanjeevani Bhuti. Again, you can see this as something, because Hanumanji doesn't know what Sanjeevani Bhuti is. He brings the whole mountain, and that is what it is. What this tells us is, if our gurus ask us of something, we need to go one extra mile. We need to do a little bit more. So if you are asked to do a little service, perform a little bit more than that. Try to go a little bit more than that. Hanumanji is, of course, way beyond. He brings the whole mountain back. But that is what we can learn from his pastimes as to how to enhance our sadhana bhakti. And then the Nagapasha. So when Ravana fights the battle at night time, when his powers of occult are at its maximum, he puts Nagpash on Ram and Lakshman. And if Ram and Lakshman are not revived by the sunlight, there is a chance that they may pass away in a mortal sense. So Hanumanji then goes to Garud Maharaj and brings him to remove the Nagpash around Lakshman and Ram. Here is Garud Maharaj, who is extremely glorious because he is constantly in connection with and in support and service of Lord Vishnu. Yet Hanumanji is somebody who goes there and who basically informs, educates, argues, and then convinces Garud Maharaj to come and perform this Leela in support of Lord Ram to remove the Nagpash. So that is another way where at times, even though we may have to get work done through other devotees in support of our sadhana bhakti or in the support of the congregation, and how we should do it when we are dealing with equal or even superior devotees is what we can learn from how Hanumanji is able to get Garudji's support. Last one is the killing of Mahiravan, but we will not get into as many details. The point is, because Hanuman is so single focused, single minded, he does not see any of his power, but his power is only the Ram Nam and his Ram Bhakti, and he truly sees it that way. He is Ajaya throughout Ramayana and throughout his Chiranjeevi. He is even, he is there even as of now. He is Ajaya. He is remained undefeated throughout. And just look at who all have somehow faced calamities and Hanumanji has brought them out. He supported Ram and Lakshman. He is also supposed to have supported Bharat Maharaj. So it is now just about the end of 14 years. Bharat Maharaj has taken a vow to Lord Ram at Panchavati when they have the Ram and Bharat Milap. He says that if you won't return at the end of 14 years, even if there is a moment's delay, I'm going to burn myself, self-immolate. So Hanumanji is someone who then again goes to Bharat Maharaj and tells him that I am the messenger of the Lord and the Lord is coming behind me. So please do not immolate yourself. Sita Mataji was at a position where she was going to do the same thing. And Hanumanji is able to, as a Ram Doot, he is able to convince her, saying that I am here, I am his messenger, but Lord Ram is coming to rescue you. So, because of that single pointed devotion and single pointed thinking that he is just a visiting card or a emblem of Lord Ram or a messenger of Lord Ram, all his power is because of Lord Ram. He has remained undefeated throughout. There are other stories also in different scriptures where anytime Lord Krishna sees, even Lord Krishna, when he sees that some of his devotees or associates have tinge of pride, he gets that pride broken through Hanuman. So we've seen the pride of Arjuna destroyed by Hanuman, but there are also stories where Sudarshan Chakra himself has a bit of pride about his power and prowess, and Hanumanji he simply swallows it in another Leela. So he's supposed to have humbled the pride of Sudarshan Chakra. He's also supposed to have fought with Balramji, because again there is a bit of pastime there, but he also has humbled the pride of Balramji. So this is the glory of Hanumanji and his devotion. It is only his single pointed devotion to Lord Ram that he is able to do all of this. So, uh, you know, whatever we can say for Hanumanji is less and cannot justify who he is, but we can take so much from any and every of his Leela for our benefit. What Prabhuji mentioned is so significant during Rajyabhishek when gifts are being given. Prabhuji mentioned that Hanumanji was given the Akshamala from Sita ji, and Hanumanji is basically demonstrating through that if there is no Ram in it, it is of no value to me. We don't have that kind of single pointedness, but we need to develop that thinking. At least, if not for 24 hours in a day, we should increase for however long we can maintain this kind of thought in our mind. And when Sita then says, oh, so in this body of yours, is Ram there? And that's when he opens up his chest and shows Lord Ram inside his heart. So that is the glory of Hanumanji. We all know it. I'm just repeating it. And there is that Sankat Mochan Stotra. There are 8 stanzas there. They all glorify all of these 8 different leelas that I have talked about. In 9 types of bhakti, as per Bhagvatam, Hanumanji is the Acharya of Dasya Bhav, how to serve the Lord in Dasya Bhav. So he is the Acharya as per Srimad Bhagavatam of Dasya Bhav. But when it comes to Ramayana, Hanumanji is the Acharya of Shravanam. So there are these 9 types of bhakti. So you can see Hanumanji in almost all of these, 9 types of bhakti. But Acharyas have said that the more prominent ones in Bhagavatam is his Dasya Bhav, and in Ramayana it is the Shravanam Bhav. So I'm just highlighting that here as to how we can look at Hanumanji when we are chanting, because one of the things we are supposed to do is when we are chanting, we are supposed to listen to our own uh, words that are being chanted. So Hanumanji is the Acharya of that chanting. When we are listening to the Lord's glories, when anybody is reciting the Lord's glories, Hanumanji is always there. He is the first Shrota to come and he is the last Shrota to go. The first person in the Ram Katha is generally seen as the emblem of Hanumanji, and the last person to leave the Ram Katha is supposed to be the emblem of Hanumanji. So he is the Acharya of Shravanam, and we need to develop Shravanam. So whether it is our own chanting or whether it is somebody who's reciting Lord Ram or Lord Krishna's Katha, then how to listen attentively is what we can get by obtaining blessings of Lord Hanuman. I wanted to speak about the conversation that happened between Narad Maharaj and Hanumanji in Brihad Bhagavatamrit, but since we don't have much time, I'm going to skip that. But anybody who's interested should actually read the Brihad Bhagavatamritam. It is a very, very nice compilation. It is a realization of Sanatan Goswami, and it is written by Gopi Parandhan Das. So, disciple of Prabhupada, who's written that book. That book is all about different types of devotees and the different grades of devotees. So, how to understand what is Lord's mercy and who is the most, who's received the most or best of Lord's mercy. So, there is a description there, and you can see and learn a lot from how Hanumanji speaks about himself as just a mere bhakta of the Lord, and how he then says there are so many more who are better than me, and I'm nothing in front of them. So a bit of humility is what you can get out of that conversation that happens in, I think it is chapter 4 of that book, as a conversation between Narad Muni and Hanumanji. It shows how two devotees should meet. So there is a bit of a pastime. As Narad Muni comes and he starts to speak of Lord Ram, Hanuman becomes very excited. And he is so jubilant that he starts jumping up and down. And they are both dancing and they are both crying at the same time. So the how to receive a devotee, how to speak to a devotee, and then how to know where we are and who else has we are all supposed to be humble. So not that Hanumanji is any less than anybody else. But Hanumanji in his humility says that Pandavas are better devotees than him. And he sends Narad Muni further towards Pandava. But as he is speaking of Pandavas and Krishna, he again starts to become ecstatic. So you can be reminded of verse 10:10 from verse 10:9 from Bhagavad Gita, where it says, Matchitta Matgata Prana Bodhayantascha Paraskaram Kathayantascha Mam Nityam Ramanti Question teacher, Raman teacher. So Hanuman, who is a devotee of Lord Ram, Narada, who is a devotee of Narayan and Krishna, when they meet, how they exchange with each other, how they think of other devotees is what is very beautiful. And I urge all of you to, when you get a chance, to get that book and read that book. There were a few things I wanted to speak, but I'll skip to the one last pastime that happens between Lord Ram and Hanumanji. So after everything is done, Lanka, Ravana is destroyed. Ramji plays this pastime where Ramji is now in front of the ocean and is reflecting. And he says, really, my name has so much potency that a big boulder that is thrown in the water can float. So Ramji lifts a boulder and throws into the water and it sinks. So Ramji is shocked that the whole bridge was built with his name and the boulders floated. Why is it that it's sunk? And then he looks around. So he finds Hanumanji there. So he says, did you see? So Hanumanji says, yes, I saw. I saw that whoever you give up is just bound to drown in this ocean. This is the beauty of Hanumanji. In every Leela, he is able to see the glory of the Lord. This is the test of a bhakta. He is seeing something and he is glorifying the Lord in it. Now, of course, if a question comes in your mind as to how that happened and why that happened with Lord Ram, it's because Lord Ram has taken a vow throughout his, incarnation as Lord Ram, when he comes as the son of Darshan. He has vowed to be like a human and act like a human and to demonstrate like a human as a Maryada Purushottam, how we all can face all our obstacles without any superhuman power. So in that one particular avatar, the Lord has not shown any superhuman powers. Even the Dhanurvidya is something he obtained from Vasishtha Muni and from Vishwamitra. So that is his prowess in Dhanurvidya, but as a practicer of that Vidya. So that's why, Lord Ram, because he's not demonstrating any of his superhuman powers, uh, he plays this pastime, he drops the boulder and it sinks. But as Bhakta, Hanuman is not bewildered by that. He is able to see it and see it in the right perspective. So I wanted to include this pastime as a glory of Hanumanji. It reminds me of a small dialogue that happens between, it's a pastime between Rukmini Devi and uh, Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna similarly is trying to test Rukmini Devi. And he says a lot of things as to how he is not appropriate husband for her. And all Rukmini Devi sees in what Lord Krishna is saying is how true that is. She doesn't chastise him, she doesn't fight with him, but she says, yeah, this is all right. I'm so incapable of being your wife that you're not an appropriate husband for me, but I'm so devoted to you. So I saw that, this is how elevated devotees always see things beyond what our material eyes and material mentality can tell us. So whenever we have questions about any of the Leelas, whenever we have any misgivings about things, we should hold back on it. Time will reveal, other devotees will reveal this to us. So we should have the patience that if we are not capable, maybe a question will arise in our mind today. We don't have the ability and we don't have the, we've not yet earned the right to get the answers right away. But eventually we will have the ability to see things in the right perspective. If you think about, even if that question is a sincere question in your mind, an answer will automatically come to you in due course, or somebody will bring you that answer. but that doesn't mean that these leelas are, uh, you know, wrong or we should misinterpret those. So I'll stop here. I'm happy to have other devotees speak about Hanumanji, ask questions, comments. My forgiveness if I have spoken inappropriately or erroneously about Lord Hanuman. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Very nice. Sorry.
Prabhuji, I think I stick to my words. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I never ever had anybody packed so much information, so nectar in 1 hour. And never ever. I'm jumping. I'm in my basement. I'm jumping. And I was looking forward for your lecture today. And I just cut short puja and I just came. Oh, I had Vikas Prabhu is saying so much information. And one special thing, I've seen many Ram Bhakt and I've seen many Krishna Bhakt, but I've never seen those. You can do both. And now you can just go on and on. I mean, there's so much information, Prabhuji. I don't know. I'm so happy. So I hope you can come here and we can listen to you, face to face and hours to hours. Thank you. Thank you so much. Amazing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I would second what the Prabhu just said about your class. Wonderful class, Prabhu. Can I add one pastime if there's time?
Yeah, sure, Mataji, absolutely.
So, like Ramcharitmanas, Prabhu, I love Sundarkand section of Ramcharitmanas, and in that, like you did mention a few pastimes from Ramayana, and quite a few, like lot of pastimes. So, when in Sundarkand, when Hanumanji is in Lanka, he looks at Lanka, and there are so many palaces that are decorated with gold, and so much like wealth is there. And Hanumanji is looking for Sita Mata. And while going through, he goes palace to palace, house to house, house to house. And then there is one section where in Sundarkand, Tulsidas ji says, Ki, I'm trying to remember. भवन एक पुनि दीख सुहावा हरि मंदिर तह भिन्न बनावा. See, he spots a palace that is different from rest of the palaces, and it says रामायुधांकित गृह शोभा बरनि न जाय नव तुलसिका वृंदतः देखि हर्ष कपिराय. So what he notices is there is on one palace, one house, there are marks of Rama, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Then he notices there's a mandir, small mandir where the deity is kept, and another thing that he spots is like patch of like tulsi plants, and he knows that this is a Ram Bhakta, and he approaches, he goes into that house and he meets Vibhishan. So a bhakta, he was such a Shuddha Bhakta, like in a deceptive place like Lanka, and amongst all those palaces, he was able to identify who was Lord's Bhakta. And he himself goes there, and so that's a quality of Hanuman, that Hanumanji, that if a Bhakta is Shuddha Bhakta, and so Hanumanji can spot Sri Ram's Bhakta. And he goes, so that is such a, even for us, we always wonder like who is a bhakta, who is a devotee, who is not a devotee. It is so important to understand what a devotee is. And like Sundarkand and Hanumanji, he so nicely teaches us that. So I just wanted to add that. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, one of the significant things that also is acknowledged as, where Hanuman plays a pivotal role in the Ram Leela is one, how he is able to, protect the devotees while punishing the non-devotees. And when Vibhishan comes to the shelter of Lord Ram, when everybody else is suspicious of Vibhishan being the brother of Ravan, Vibhishan ji is accepted by Hanuman, and Hanuman ji says basically that anyone who takes the shelter of Ram, if Ram is giving the shelter, then who are we to question? And he brings about that pact between Vibhishan and Ramji. So yes, Mataji, Hanumanji has all of that as to how to spot a devotee, how to support a devotee, and how to help that devotee grow further. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Very, very wonderful pastimes of Hanuman, and starting from his birth. You explained everything completely, what all it is there. And I like the point when you said, as a seva bhav, already we have to enhance a little bit better than what we are supposed to do, right? That's what you said. If you want to do like 16 rounds, we can do a little bit more than 16 rounds like that. So in that, same in the Sundarakanda itself, the story comes recently. We had that Sapta of Sundarakanda, right? In that, I heard that the very important thing is actually Rama and Sita, they are in the form of Jivatma and Paramatma. And Hanuman plays the role of Guru. So how Jivatma is in the form of Sita, is always suffering and with the problems of Ravana creating. So the material world is like that around us and creating so many problems. And Paramatma is waiting there in the form of Rama. And Hanuman is mentioned as Guru. Guru is the only one who can show the way, and he can clear all the obstacles, and he is the one who has to who will help us to be one with Paramatma. And also the another thing we have to discuss is when he got the Chudamani from Sita Devi, and he took off before leaving, and he again thought of doing one more small thing, right? He said his act is only to identify Sita and come back, but it is not to burn the Lanka and kill all the demons over there in the Vana, Ashoka Vana. He burnt all the trees, all those things. It is not his supposed to do as a messenger, but he did all this to enhance his duties as Dasya, and he want to find out what is the other things he can do from his side, and identify who is what is the strength and the powers of the army, and how to watch in even the Lanka in the daytime also. That's what he wanted to do. First time he went in the night time, and even he didn't get attracted to any of those women. That is also very many meeting. They said that he found lot of sundaris lying around and so much of food everywhere, but he is focused only on his object. And when he sees Sita also, he uses his buddhi balam esodharya. That's what the first one is, the buddhi balam. So how to communicate with Sita also, he starts he picks up the language also, which is known for Sita Mata, and also the tiny form, and he first starts singing the glories of Ramachandra from the top of that tree also, right? So that is the buddhi balam of that sloka. I like a lot. Buddhi balam esodharya, nirbhayatvam, and arogataha, and all those qualities are just one sloka for Hanuman. And he is my very favorite god. And the house of our in India, we constructed a house, and the name of the house is Anjana Nandanam. I put a big picture of Hanuman there, and the name of the house is Anjana Nandanam. So, and there are many of these Hanuman Jayantis. They say it is like 3 or 5 happening in a year. So for us, it will be in the May on the Dasami, and with Purva Bhadra star of Hanuman. So that is another Hanuman Jayanti also coming up. Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Because
Mataji.
for other gods, we'll have only one time, like Krishnastami or Ramanavami. We celebrate only once. So I don't know why only for Hanuman we have these differences.
Yeah, Mataji. So first of all, thank you for sharing that. And I don't know the answer for the differences in pinpointing the birth time. But what I have also gathered is our scriptures and our itihasas, our Puranas, are to give the importance of the message, not the the importance is not in the calendar and the time and the day, which is what historians generally focus on. But the importance from our sages' perspective was the message and the story and what we can relate and how we can extract. So they've narrated these things to us, not that these are all made up things, but it's just that they've narrated it in different ways, different scriptures, and therefore that linear presentation is not there. So even in Bhagavatam, it goes back and forth in terms of time. So there is a certain time that is being followed, but also in between you go back and forth. So that is how we've always looked at history. What is it that is relevant from history to be taken versus the strict uh, timeline to be maintained. So that's how I think about it, and maybe because of that, at times differences may come up in different scriptures and different versions. But we can make what we want to make of it. We should celebrate perhaps all the days, right? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji, that's very true. Actually, one Hanumat Jayanti, we did Akshara Abhyasam for our second son Pranav. And one Hanumat Jayanti, we did the Upanayanam for our elder son Raghuveer. So I picked the day of Hanumat Jayanti. If there is anything auspicious we have to do, everything good will be happening on that day. I do Vadamala. Vadamala is very, very popular in South. We do a lot of Vadas and we make a garland and I wake up early and do a lot of Vadas and give Vada in the temple for making garland for Hanuman also. Also the betel leaf mala and Vadamala. Yeah. I don't know, we get a lot of strength even listening to the Hanuman Chalisa and listening to the name of Hanuman also. We feel that power.
Yeah. I mean, the strength itself should be that the fact that he is there as a protector of devotees even now. So that itself is so powerful and enabling. But my point was, Mataji, I am not capable of answering the question as to the discrepancies in scripture.
Yeah,
So
that's okay.
I
That's
don't.
okay. I just
I just don't
because,
want others to take that thing that I don't have all the answers. But if somebody has, I am happy to hear from them.
Yeah, because other functions like Diwali, Dasara, everything they are the same day. It's only the Hanuman Jayanti falls in different forms. That's the only thing. And also one more thing about Hanuman and the Rama Pattabhishekam you said about the Mala. Another thing is to get the water, sacred waters from different rivers and oceans for the Pattabhishekam. They are thinking the time is very short and how can you get the water? So only Hanuman went and got all those sacred waters from the rivers also for the Rama Pattabhishekam.
Yes, Mataji, thank you so much for bringing that pastime also.
Yeah,
there are just so many ways you can look at.
So many ways we can.
Yeah. Any other devotee with any other question, comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is your servant Nikunj Rasadas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I think Mataji was asking one question, had some query just now. We were discussing. Actually, it may be some avatara from Panchamukhi Hanuman. I'm not deeply aware of this incarnation, but maybe some avatara is referred to that Jayanti celebration, what Mataji was referring just now. Maybe something. Is it Panchamukhi Hanuman? Then it may be different avataras of Hanuman. But Prabhuji, I have one small curiosity every time. We used to read in Indian newspapers a long time back, and now also sometimes it appears on the internet. Hanumanji is still alive, and Hanumanji is residing in Himalayas, Kailash, near Kailash. So Like, would you please put some light on that?
Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah. So yes, Hanumanji is one of the Chiranjeevis. So there's supposed to be a few Chiranjeevis from Rama and Leela. So Chiranjeevi is somebody whose death cannot be seen through the scriptures anywhere. And Hanumanji, it's not even about not seeing his death, but it is just that he's been given the blessing to be Chiranjeevi. And you see the evidence of it, right? So if you see Hanumanji's pastime, he was somebody who was with Lord Ram in the Treta Yuga. Treta Yuga lasts 1.23 million. I mean, the Ramayana happens in the middle of it. But then thereafter, there is Dwapar Yuga. And towards the end of Dwapar Yuga is the Mahabharata time. And around the Mahabharata, when Arjun Maharaj is going towards the Gandhamadhan mountain, the pastime happens where he crosses and he sees Hanumanji lying in the way. So there is evidence now that he's lived beyond that one yuga to another yuga, right? So if
it is
go
Bhimsen, right, Prabhuji? Bhim
oh,
also,
sorry,
he can't
yes,
even,
that was Bhim.
yeah,
Yes, sorry.
because he can't even move the tail of Hanuman.
Yeah. Sorry, that was Bhimsen, and Arjun's was the bridge that he builds, and Hanumanji destroys that bridge. So, yeah, you're right, Mataji. I should have said Bhimsen when he was looking for the that Kumudini or that special lotus flower. So Hanumanji is there. So you can see through these various other pastimes as to how Hanumanji transcends. And then, in the north, when, the other version of Ramayana is Ramcharitmanas. So Tulsidas is supposed to have actually met Hanuman. And he has requested Hanumanji to, give him the blessing to be able to see his, most, loving Lord Rama to serve him personally. So Hanumanji actually, there is an instance where he actually brings Lord Ram and Lakshman. They come disguised as prince and princess of a state, and Tulsidas is supposed to have put tilak on their foreheads. And after that, Tulsidas' life itself changes because he touch with the Lord, it changes everything. And Hanumanji has blessed Tulsidas to have that kind of association. So you can see that not only in Dwapar Yuga, but even in Kali Yuga, the presence of Hanumanji is there. And you can, there are, if we go through such pastimes, you will realize that he is truly a Chiranjeevi. He is there even now. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, I hope that answers your question. They also say that in every Ramakatha that is happening, if it is happening with from the heart, and we are truly and sincerely chanting the name of Lord Ram, in some shape or form, Hanumanji is present.
Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Pattapatra Purtamastakanjalam. And with Bhashpavari Paripurna Lochanam, that is, he completely immersed, not only listening just like that, but he is Bhashpavari Paripurna Lochanam. He completely melts listening to that story.
So all glories to Lord Hanuman with that.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, that is true. Like in our scriptures, it is mentioned Hanumanji Chiranjeevi. Yeah, and there were some sometimes we come across some internet or maybe some news. It was with some pictures, like someone who went to the caves and tried to take picture of Shri Hanuman, and Hanuman's power is so much, like Hanumanji, that he like was one of the photographers, and then he thought of going to that cave, and like I don't remember exact what was the news, but he went to that cave, and Hanumanji was into that cave and reciting Ram's name and writing some shlokas, and but he just went there, and Hanumanji sensed. It is said that like Hanumanji sensed that someone is coming into the cave, and Hanumanji just lifted his one of the eyebrows, and that photographer was thrown away. So that is the power of power of the, like no material energy can come near God unless they have the mercy of the God. So that was the news, and but still like fortunately they were able to capture that camera and the picture. That is the one significant picture I may share with our group. I will, if I find that I had that copy with me, so I'll share it on our Everyday Chant group. But yeah, so that is really, Hanumanji. Everyone knows that it is Hanumanji is so powerful, and so merciful also. But in your class, in the beginning, you mentioned that Hanumanji is not showing his powers, so that this incident also shows that Hanumanji is not made aware that he is so powerful. Maybe I think during the uh, end of the pastimes of Mahabharata or Ramayana, but at that time Shivji mentions Hanumanji like you will be a Chiranjeevi, and you are not going to, you are going to be here in this Kali Yuga unto the end of this Kali Yuga, and then I think in Satyuga then Hanumanji will have his same role what he had earlier. So that's what I was able to and one more thing I would like to mention about Hanuman Chalisa. I used to be in Mumbai long time back. It was almost 35 years before. I used to travel in Mumbai from Andheri to uh, sorry, from Vasai to Andheri, sometimes Andheri to Churchgate, So long trains we used to have, like almost 1 hour traveling every day to the office. But, I used to come across one of the groups, one of the devotee group who used to chant this Hanuman Chalisa, every day. So they distributed very small copies of the Hanuman Chalisa. It is just like not bigger than our thumb. It is so small. I still have that since past 30 years. And with that group, I think I just traveled for few months, but they used to recite. One person is to recite, and everyone is to say those lines. And fortunately, like within couple of months, I was able to remember that, and still now I am able to recite the Hanuman Chalisa. So it was the mercy of the devotees, but uh, couple of like many realizations I got from that uh, you know recitation of the Hanuman Chalisa. So it is really powerful, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
They used to recite in the train, Prabhuji.
Yeah, the group they
Uh-huh.
in Mumbai
Local
trains,
train, local
they
train.
have bhajan
Uh,
groups. They have like this kind of groups. They
while
sing
traveling to work.
bhajans. They sing kirtania while going to work. The
Uh,
people who work in
okay.
different departments, or because they
Okay.
just meet while traveling. But there
That's
was
so
one
nice.
group which is to come from Virar, from Vasai last sorry, the Western Railway last stop. So
Mm.
fortunately, like one day I came into their contact, and then I started catching the same coach every day, same group, and just be with them, chant some kirtan, holy name, and then at the end, like in between they will start Hanuman Chalisa. So one person
Okay.
is to, like, they had drums and everything, like kartals. It was
Mm.
really ecstatic, and I used to feel very good. So by that I never realized, like one fine day I just kept that book, small book, close, and
Mm.
I started reciting without seeing. So that was the mercy
Mm.
what I got from those devotees. But that then I realized, reciting Hanuman Chalisa, you know, i- and by the time, after some time, I realized, like, oh, a lot of
Yeah.
my problems have vanished, which I
Yes.
was,
Yes.
even I,
Okay.
like, my time came that I stopped traveling by train also, like, it
Mm.
gave me that much realizations, and some kind of, I can share it sometimes personally if I meet you or probably sometime, like, but that time, like, it gave me the feeling that, yeah, Hanuman Chalisa, if you recite, then
No
no
problems will come
obstacles,
to us.
no obstacles, really, yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. Hanumanji is supposed, he's not called Sankat Mochan for no reason, right? So
Sankat Mochan, yeah.
yeah, and there are so many stotras, Sankat Mochan stotra, etc. for Hanumanji. So all
Yes.
glories to Hanumanji. Prabhuji, I'm just cognizant of the time, so maybe we'll
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you
end
so
with,
much.
yeah, we'll end with prayers to the
Thank you for your time, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Hare
kripa sindhubhaiva cha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anant Koti Vaishnavrin ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai,
Hare Krishna,
Namacharya
Prabhuji.
Vaishnava. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. Very nice class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can I share one thing?
Sure, Mataji, go ahead.
So, I like the pastime of Hanuman about with Mother Sita, that one day she was putting sindur in her मांग में सिंदूर भर रहे थे, तो हनुमान जी ने पूछा कि ये अब क्या कर रहे, तो उन्होंने बोला कि मैं मेरे पति के लिए, उनकी लॉन्ग लाइफ के लिए ये कर रही हूँ. तो अगर ऐसी बात है तो मेरे राम जी के लिए तो मैं, तो उन्होंने ही स्टार्टेड पुटिंग सिंदूर ऑन हिज all body and then so that much love and dasya bhava he showed in his action. So that I would like to share, Prabhuji. So from that day everybody was like unko sindur se nehlate hain, wo sab, yeah, so that started.
True, Mataji. Actually, last class we spoke about it. I had mentioned there is a couplet in Hanumanji's glory in that regard. Lal deh lali lase Tarudari
Yes.
lal mandir
Yeah,
Vajrati
sindur.
danav dalam. Yeah.
Yes.
Hriday basam.
Without that pastime, we can't end the class, Mataji. Very well said.
Thank you.
Glories of Hanuman. Hare Krishna.
I mean, you can see it actually as a avatar of Shiva. Shiva, wraps himself in bhasma because he says, everybody who goes towards the cheetah and the bhasma that comes out of it, they say Ram Nam Satya hai. And that's where everybody is gone to the Ramaluka. So he rolls in that bhasma. As avatar of Lord Shiva, Hanumanji is just simply enlivening that aspects of Lord Shiva. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. And thank you so much for this
Thank you,
virtual
Mataji.
class. And please, you need to come to Maryland, Prabhuji. You have so many invitations now. We know Prabhu, and we wanted you to have your personal.
Drive sometime to Maryland.
Prabhu. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
His
you.
Grace Vikas Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam,
Ram
Prabhuji.
Lakshman Jaan ki jai. Bolo Hanuman.
Yeah.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.